Hi. If you're angry right now, it's about damn time. My name is Andy. I have a collective message to share. I have some notes, so buckle down, because Spirit is telling me that there is a wave of the collective that is coming into a clarity about something very deep. It's very rooted in the 5 stages of grief, right? But because this collective is so analytically proficient, you have been utilizing your gifts to evade some kind of very integral truth about your life. You've been protecting yourself from some awareness or truth until you were ready to receive it, hold it, not fall apart or run away like you have in the past. So there have been events in your life that you potentially hold shame about, where you ran or you imploded or your life kind of fell apart, and you've been framing it in a way to protect yourself, also to protect yourself from the shame and embarrassment of this kind of fall apart or crash out. Fire is needed. And so it's about damn time that you're angry. The Spirit is posing this as a celebration. You are meant to get angry. Anger means that you see it. And this is not something that has to do with whatever your situation is, because for everyone it's going to be different. This is like an awareness that goes towards every kind of almost like painful era of your life. I'm speaking to a collective that has been going through it for several years, maybe even a whole lifetime for some of you guys that are a little older, because Spirit is saying it's not one age bracket that's going through this in the collective. There's many. There's something about the sun. I've been picking that up in several readings, the frequencies coming from the sun and how that has contributed to a lot of the awareness. I'm hearing expansion at this time. There's a big push. I talked about this in one of my other videos. Now, they're letting you in on what is happening behind the quantum curtain, because they're saying this is a quantum expansion mechanics. There's a reason why somebody channeled the 5 stages of grief at some point. I don't know who, but they're telling me there's a reason why. Now, anger is actually supposed to be stage number 2, but Spirit is telling me that you went in a completely different order. This whole collective watching this, if you are watching this, if this found you and you're angry right now, anger is actually the second to last stage. So usually it's supposed to be denial, anger, depression, bargaining, and then acceptance. Wherever you are, you went through your stages in a completely different order. So the order for you was depression, denial, bargaining, and they want me to talk about bargaining because they're saying bargaining is where your analytical mind almost tried to like infuse the divine, infuse logic to try and protect yourself from this truth, right? Bargaining was the longest stage for you. But I'm hearing that you would go through these stages, stages 1, 2, and 3 over and over and over and never get to stage 4 for you, which is anger. But you are now. So it's about damn fucking time. Excuse my language. Spirit says that it's because the collective is so analytically gifted. I already said that. You guys would have been pulling the Hanged Man card a lot. And this is putting into perspective what that is. There was something you were meant to see. For many of you guys, it goes all the way back to your parents or whoever raised you. For many of you, it has to do with some very, very core relationship in your life right now that also pertains to other core. It's like a theme that has played through, but somehow you've been protecting yourself from the awareness because it was just so painful. It was something that you almost blockaded yourself from seeing or receiving. But this is the greatest revelation, realization, and epiphany to have right now. And this anger actually might even be coming before you fully see it. It's like, why are you agitated? Why are you angry? Your divine feminine has had enough. Your shadow's had enough. Your inner child has had enough. They know. They know what sits in the body, what you don't want to hold in your analytical mind. They know what you don't want to contextualize, but has been hurting you your whole life. The pain that the inner saboteur or protector is living with is being lifted. So this whole process is releasing you of some kind of weight or burden that has made you a magnet for many situations of the same nature. We all know quantum mechanics to the extent that you manifest what you hold on to, what you feel and think, even if you're not conscious of it. So this is a celebration. There was a reason that it took this long. You were not strong enough or ready. It takes a very particular kind of person to process, transmute, and complete the karmic initiation of this particular kind of pain. This is heavy. This is heavy. We talked about the Hanged Man, right? And I just want to show it to you because I think I forgot. Look at the way that his head is turning, right? You've been kind of stuck in a particular kind of life. Your head's being tilted and you all of a sudden you see it. Oh shit. A long time ago I got a download about the Hanged Man that it was an initiation, that he was like 13 or 14, and it was something that certain children that showed gifts would go through in a particular village, I think somewhere in Europe maybe, I don't know, but I was getting a download that it was something where they would hang them upside down. If they survived, I don't know, 11 days, the 10, it was a long period of time. If they survived that period of time, they would come out of it having initiated themselves into some kind of wisdom. Same is true for you. Then there's the Five of Cups. The devil energy is taking this chance and opportunity to tempt you into old habits and bondage. The divine is showing you what can be productively done with this energy. The choice is yours. Take a good look at that card. That's you. It's almost like you're holding space for both. Like everything that's coming of this, the blessings, and everything that you've lost. Everything that you realize was never really real. There's a whole lot of layers and different kind of perspectives of this. For everyone, it's not the same. But I'm definitely feeling like the feeling flavor of abandonment, rejection, where you wanted to see that you weren't being rejected, but in many ways, just because somebody remains in your life doesn't mean that they don't reject you, that they don't reject your gift, that they don't reject who you are, that they are not conditional in their love for you. There's some kind of awareness around something very core, like something that you've made to be a pillar of your life. I also heard string theory. Let me know in the comments if you know what this is. I didn't get a chance to look it up. But what I channeled was that this realization is tied to the most core-based pain your inner child, divine feminine, and shadow live with. This has been sitting in your body, distorting your mind. This has been your blind spot your entire life. This has been the pain that you live with. But you're about to move through acceptance. If you can take this anger as it's kind of a divine celebration. It's almost like you were always meant to get angry, right? And there's some judgment and a tinge of judgment here I'm feeling from the collective around feeling like you are not allowed to be. Like whoever I'm talking to, this collective, you have felt that you've always had to be the bigger person in every situation in your life. And this doesn't mean that you're not being the bigger person, you're just being human. They're saying this is actually unlocking the level of acceptance and the initiation that you accept in this is unlocking gifts for you. There's it's taking you further in your gifts. It's taking you further in your clairsentience, claircognizance, clairaudience, clairvoyance. There's something about cleaning the cup. The water is not murky. Oftentimes when I fall asleep, I'll see flashes. And when I was like coming up a few years ago, I would keep getting this flash of like a clean glass of water with like something dirty at the bottom. And it's just coming into perspective what that's been. This pain that has been living in your body that you weren't strong enough to face until now. And not many people are. There are people that aren't receiving this message, that are receiving the same energy, that aren't strong enough. They're gonna have to wait till another wave, another push. But there's something physical coming out of this. There's some kind of physical gift. Some of you guys are going to be able to manifest beyond what you've been able to manifest before. Some of you guys are getting something physical as almost like a trophy or some kind of like reward, some kind of quantum reward for this. Yeah, listen, if you're angry right now, this message is for you, and it's about fucking time. There's something about this that brings out your self-worth. Something about this that ignites you. Something about this that really allows you to really stand in your power and honor yourself, right? When you ignore this truth, what you do is you end up turning on yourself, your inner child, the part of you that's in pain, because you allow the same pain to occur, or you don't hold certain people accountable who have been living with this. They may not even be conscious about it, but you're taking whatever this is and you're moving out of a time in your life of turbulence. You're moving out of a painful era. You know, you have not been alone in all of this. I'm hearing now you get to ask, or now Spirit is asking you, like, all right, now what do you want? Now that you've been able to kind of rid yourself of this terrible, deep weight, also this blessed weight, where are you going to go with it? What are you going to manifest? What are you going to do with this fire? What are you going to do with this fire? Because, you know, you might want to burn it all down, but I don't really feel like that's the point. That's not really productive as much as it is destructive. Any last messages for the collective, Spirit? Thank you. The Tower card. I do feel like you're gonna be bringing in some kind of wrecking ball here. I'm hearing a reckoning, right? So there is some kind of like you honoring yourself, protecting yourself, being that advocate for yourself that you never had. Some of this is like spiritual for you guys. Like somebody here or some of you are realizing like the level of darker energies that have been, the level of I'm hearing astral abuse that you have endured. And you weren't always protected from it because it's something and karmically ancestral that was passed down to you. And it's like the whole goal of the karmic experience of this was for you to eventually step into your power. So some of you guys have been afraid of spirit. Some of you guys have been afraid of really letting your gift speak. So you kind of rely on others to receive that kind of guidance because you're afraid to fully step in because of how you've experienced. There's something about you coming to terms with your astral experience. There's some kind of like physical reward or some kind of like, it's like you reach a certain threshold, a certain kind of atmosphere that puts you in a whole different ball game of life, of creation, of co-creation. I feel complete. God bless you guys. If you're interested in a private session, I am a medium as well as a psychic. There's so much more that can come through in a one-on-one reading. All of that information is in the description box, andrewsintuition.com, or email me at andrewsintuition@gmail.com. Peace be with you. Bye.